Welcome to the BCMM Network. The following broadcast is meant solely for the enjoyment and entertainment of our audience. You're watching the Blue Collar Minutemen show.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Blue Collar Minutemen Show, where we're here to give you the latest, greatest news and the truth. Bill, how's it going?
Arms away.
I
I'm just
love
sitting
it.
here watching all this stuff about 49 Tomahawks and
Hmm.
apparently a bunch of fighter jets. And Iran's not having a good day.
Really? Imagine that. Hey, but before we get started in this show, folks, thank you all for joining us as always. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, share these videos, help get the word out because we might be giving some information that you just hadn't heard yet. So, with that being said, Bill, you were mentioning Tomahawk missiles. What is happening in Iran? I
Well,
mean,
apparently they dragging their feet again.
oh,
President just said, all right, to hell with it. Just started unleashing hell on Iran.
well, you know, they have been poking the bear for weeks now, and they just ain't stopping. My question is this: where are they getting all these ordnance? Because we've pretty much blown up every base and everything that they got. Why do they keep getting missiles to keep firing at U.S. ships?
You know,
Is it black market or what?
well, I mean, there's going to be shit laying around there for everything. It's like, okay, I'm pretty sure the one they shot at shot down the the Apache with was
Hmm.
probably a Stinger.
I know those very
You
well.
know, they just went out, or the Russian equivalent, whatever that is,
Hmm.
Chinese equivalent. I mean, those you're going to find ordnance for years laying around in the desert.
I wish we could go pick some up. Just take a little
Yeah,
road
like
trip.
in Kuwait, we were picking shit up for forever, just bulldozing it up in big piles, munitions.
Gee,
Everybody over there owns an AK.
this is true. I mean, you ain't gonna walk across
Walk
the
around
street.
and found it. Let's walk around and found them.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, didn't uh didn't we decimate like four military targets of theirs? I thought I had an article or something on here that actually said what it was they hit.
No, they're hit all the way up to 40 miles outside of Tehran.
Tehran. Yeah.
They hit
Hmm.
the Sarala Command Headquarters.
Hmm.
Catastrophic structure degradation. Yeah, what else we been doing over there? Well, we just hit our GC's command and control. Get some. Hmm.
Yes. Now, IRGC is the
Iranian Republic Guard Command, whatever.
okay. They're about the only thing left. I mean, they don't really have an army left, but I don't know if I was watching the news right before we came on, and they literally said if Iran doesn't come to the table and come to a deal because of this, Trump basically said that we're going to keep bombing the shit out of it. But he was hopeful that a deal was going to be made and made soon. Now, I I don't know.
Well,
The whole deal, the whole thing, I'm kind of ready for it to end. Either go ahead and bomb the shit out of them. That way they keep striking and we're done with it. But I get that Trump's trying to be diplomatic and at least trying to bring some type of peaceful end to this.
According to reports, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas
Mm-hmm.
was killed instantly during the massive U.S. strike. This came hours after he issued a direct threat to the United States.
They don't learn, do they?
They don't.
That's like
No,
me.
no.
I mean, as soon as they say something, it's like I think it was once before they said they had them so scared they didn't want to walk outside or use their cell phones, and that just proof that him making a direct threat, and it's like,
Yeah, I mean, okay. What else have
mm,
we been doing in Iran the last couple of weeks, I guess, while the talks have stalled?
well, Trump let out that we have been taking millions of barrels of oil, millions of barrels.
Millions. The U.S. military has been going at night, loading ships up with oil and floating them through the straits and getting them out of there. I mean, millions of barrels of oil.
Hey, guess what's going to happen to gas prices? And guess what's going to happen to the stock market?
I just saw a friend of mine posted he was at the pump in Texas and it was 318 already in Texas.
Well, it's going down here. It ain't met that point, but I want to see about 225, 218 is what I want to see. If we can get there, I'll be happy. Now, along with that, while we're still on the Iran thing, now, and I sent you this, and I believe this came out last week or this week. Thomas Massey and his rhetoric. Folks, this is kind of what I really wanted to go over on this podcast is this disinformation. Of course, Massey is not going to be, he didn't win his seat back. He got elected out. But it seems like he's trying to go out by, well, if I'm going out, I'm going to do as much damage as I can type of attitude. Now, Bill, correct me if I'm wrong. The USS Liberty, that ship was like months ago, was it not? That
Months ago? It was in 1967.
okay. So, so,
Years ago.
so years ago is when the USS Liberty accidentally got attacked, but Massey brings it up as if it was something that was big secret and says that, Israel's not our friend. Now, if you listen to him and Tucker and Candace, they've been going on about that for a while now. Israel not being our friend. I'm not saying that they're not our friends, but like anything, we should watch everybody. And of course, everybody watches us. But don't listen to it, folks. Just don't. Don't fall into the trap of that because they're really trying to.
Why does he bring up something that happened in 1967
I don't. Yeah.
when, and then make it look like, oh, they used napalm on our ship?
Yeah.
Napalm's illegal. It wasn't in 1967. We were napalming the shit out of North Vietnam.
Oh, I know.
So, I mean, there's nothing there. Uh, to clarify a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
this is during the Six-Day War.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Egypt, or yeah, Egypt, all the Arabs attacked Israel again.
Right.
6-day war going on. The Liberty apparently did not notify Israel that they were in the area. The jets that flew in that bombed it
Mhm.
thought it was an Egyptian warship. They attacked it. And fog of war, you can see that happening.
Right.
Um, this is 1967. This is Israel hadn't even been a country that long.
Hmm.
It says both countries conducted inquiries into it, and both countries came to the same conclusion that it was, an accident.
Right.
So why Massey's bringing up, but I will tell you this to show you what a liar Massey is.
Hmm.
He said he's told everybody all week that when he gives this big speech about the Liberty, he was going to read off all the names that are on the Epstein file. Didn't mention it, did he?
Yeah.
Didn't mention a word of it
Nope.
during his time on the floor.
Nope. Trying to get attention.
Yep. I mean, he's gone. He might as well just pack his toys and go home because
Right. But this disinformation bill continues on a massive scale. Massive scale.
now I don't know. You've seen the shit Marjorie Taylor Greene's out there doing now too.
Oh God.
Okay, Massey's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, came out and said, like days after Massey's wife died, that he was bragging to her that he slept with MTG. Now, I don't have no facts, no proof, no anything on that. Just that's what his ex-girlfriend said. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. But
Well, it wouldn't surprise me. We've found over the months and past year, they have a lot of evidence that the shenanigans that goes on up there, aka two men having sex in the what
chamber,
room?
yeah.
Yeah. So I wouldn't put it past it.
I would not doubt it. Let's just put it that way.
No. Now, another thing along with that, since we're kind of segueing, what is this guy Graham up in frickin'? I mean, this guy. Let me pull it up real quick because Graham Plattner, Graham Plattner, who's a Democrat who is running up in is it Maine?
With his Nazi tattoo?
Yes, and the Democrats are okay with it.
I know.
Hello, hello, think McFly, think. I mean, are we really at that point right now where the Democrats just don't care at all and they just do whatever? So, and then Bill, let me just explain to this in case the people don't know. The tattoo that he is said to have, which there's supposed to be, there are pictures. It is a Nazi skull and crossbone tattoo known as a tokum. Let me see if I can say this right. Tokum, Tokumkopf. I think that's the German word for it. Totemkopf. That's what it is. And they're going to let him run.
He supposedly, there's a picture now that he went and had it covered up with another tattoo. But
Oh, like a friend of ours we know, Bill.
Yeah.
Well, he's still pretty radical, though. I mean, just with everything he has said, and he's in some trouble though too because wasn't there a female that came forward that
One
had some
time I was accidentally explaining something to my son.
had some allegations against him.
Yeah. Beating his wife.
Yeah.
I mean, his wife beating Nazi, but all the white liberal women up there in Maine are okay with that.
Well, I mean, maybe they're becoming all Muslim. I guess. I mean, it's okay with that stuff. Anyway, I think the world has gone absolutely crazy because these Democrats, Bill, like I just said, are we really at that point where they just don't care? Look at California. Let's talk about California. What just happened in California that was just blatantly thrown right
It's
out there?
blatant. Okay. Woman didn't have enough votes to even make it through the first hour of the election, and she concedes the race.
Yes.
But she was a Democrat. So, in the middle of the night,
Again.
on the sixth day of counting, not the first, second, or third, the sixth day of counting, they find 22,000 votes for this woman. Not one for Pratt, not one for what's her name. 22,000 votes, all for this woman. And it posted her in the second place, knocking Pratt out of the race.
Bill, didn't this happen back in 2020 when
Yeah.
the counting
Oh,
at midnight?
yeah. This is at least in 2020 they sprinkled a couple Trump votes in there. This one was 22,000 votes straight up for this chick.
Listen,
Right?
yeah, and the percentage, the odds of that happening, they've already said you have a better chance of winning the lottery than the odds
10
of that actually.
times. Now, they Veritas and several of those little, you know, undercover camera people.
Mm-hmm.
They've all got videos now that they're turning over to the DOJ where they were out harvesting votes off of the homeless.
Oh my God.
They would find someone that was on the rolls. They would
Mm-hmm.
write that name down on a scrap of paper. The homeless person would take that name, that would be them. They would fill out a ballot with that name, vote, and then they'd give them money. Uh,
Dude.
yeah, I mean, it's all on video. It's all
And,
on video. And you
and
know
then
what? And you know what one dude said
what?
when they told him you're being videotaped. He says it don't matter. It's California. They can't do nothing. And he just kept on going. He
You know, usually we use the term failed state when it comes to another country, but California is a literally failed state. Done.
it's finished. LA's
Now,
gone. It's LA's.
now let's get this point too. Trump did say something about that, and he mentioned that the DOJ should look into this.
Yes, which
But
my understanding they are.
what did
But
a local judge in California say?
that California didn't have to abide by the federal government and turn over its voter roll.
Uh,
Now, it don't matter what the federal government says. You don't have to listen.
yeah. I'm just my mind's blown. It really is blown away at these Democrats at this point, at this juncture in our history, I don't get it. I really don't. I feel like they are that desperate to hold on to control and to basically keep normal people just in the dark and feeding them basically biological meat, bio made meat and everything, and just let us be happy.
I'm looking at some of these other
Uh,
posts. What about the uh, ah, President Trump just added the Save America Act to the $350 billion Pentagon reconciliation package, which only needs a simple majority of 50 votes plus JD to pass. I'm hereby calling on Republicans in Congress to immediately advance and pass forthcoming $350 billion reconciliation bill, which, at the request of our great Department of War, will include the Save America Act. No
dude,
games, no delays, no weak compromises. Do this ASAP. That's from Trump.
that
He
just
put,
landed.
just landed.
Bill, these Dems are going to have a fit. Let's
Oh,
face
yeah.
it. They are trying. They are absolutely trying to destroy this country. Bill, I'm going to say it. We are at war. Like not with Iran. We are at war in this country, whether you like it or not. There is a
Well,
war going on.
John Thune, the majority leader in the Senate,
Mm-hmm.
his one of his staffers just resigned and blew the whistle. He claims Rhino Senate Majority Leader Thune gleefully sabotages President Trump's nominees and his agenda. Thune is
Imagine that.
accused of stonewalling every single appointment, launching vulgar anti Trump rants behind closed doors, and actively coordinating with Mitch McConnell and Schumer to undermine the Trump administration. Time to fire Thune now. Now, here's a little tidbit for you.
Okay, lay it on me.
What is now JD? He's Vice President of the United States.
Right.
What other title does he hold by being the Vice President of the United States?
I can't remember the title, but I know that he can control, or not control, but he can decide on certain matters when it comes to, oh crap. I know he can be the vote breaker or what else? Just tell me.
Is the President of the Senate.
Oh.
That's why he can vote to tie break. If there's 50-50, his vote wins.
Mm-hmm.
This also, under the Constitution, allows him to oust Thune and become the majority leader in the Senate because
Bill,
he is the president of the Senate.
Bill, he does that. They're going to riot. The dildos and the blue hairs and the rainbow.
It's in the Constitution. It has been done before. I
But
forget
wouldn't that
which
be
president sent his vice president down to do it, but it's been done before. The vice
well?
president had to go down and straighten up the Senate.
Well, and that's going to be my question. Would they be willing to do that? Because let's face it, they've had many options at different points to do things to get the Save Act passed. I mean, to get rid of some of this nonsense, and the Republicans have kind of talked a big game, but yet and still they just kind of, I mean, that's all it's been. So would they do this option?
I don't know. I'm just, Since Trump is president, it's very, very likely. Don't take it off the table.
I'm telling you, if they did it, you're going to see a bunch of crying liberals again out in the
Yeah.
streets with their riot gear provided to them by George Soros.
Yeah. Well, they're seeking racketeering charges against Soros right now.
And
DOJ.
I hope they get it. I hope they get him. They need to get Bill Gates too.
Now, moving right along with Congress, something going on in the Congress. Jasmine Crockett, your favorite
Ouch.
Congresswoman, you know, she says that Carmelio Anthony, whatever his name, however you say that, the one that stabbed that kid,
Yes.
she says it was justified. The stabbing was justified
Yeah, it's funny.
because he didn't want to be put out in the rain by some random kid. So it was justified for him to stab that guy. So he didn't have to get out of the tent.
And that is another reason we're at war in this country too, people. The rhetoric like that.
Now,
Bill, go ahead.
there's another one, woman running for Congress in California. She says the reason he was found guilty by a white jury was that because of slavery, his parents weren't smart enough to manage the money from the GoFundMe page to get a good legal team. Therefore, his entire sentence and guilty verdict was on the backs of slavery.
Well, you know what, Bill? It doesn't matter what they say because it was unanimous verdict that he was found guilty. And right before I sat down, I don't know the correct term, but there will be no appeal because of the unanimous verdict of guilty. So he cannot appeal it.
But he only got
35,
35 years for murder.
35. And he's got to do half of that before he's eligible for parole. So he's got to do like 17 and a half years.
Well, they're getting ready to riot because Black Panther,
I know.
the Black Panther organization was there,
Mm-hmm.
and they called for all-out war.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Well, they're just playing right into the hands of the liberal Democrats and Soros and all the rest of them. Because what I was going to say is, as long as they can keep us divided and as long as they can keep us distracted, they can keep stealing money and keep passing these crazy laws that we won't notice. Period. And by the way, I just want to say, Kerry Starmer is a wanker. Ireland, baby. If you all don't know, Ireland is revolting against their government. And they don't want you to know that because they don't want you to get no ideas. So, yeah. So, anyway. Now, let's see. Oh, Bill, on another bright side of the coin, the news media, the fake news, once again, is trying to, excuse me, or tried to show Trump in a bad light at the Knicks game. They tried to say that there were people booing Trump at the Knicks game.
Well, they tried to say everyone was booing Trump.
Oh, well. But did their tactic work, Bill? Did it work?
No.
Folks,
One thing they forgot was there was video. So you can play the video over and over and over and over. You can hear a couple boos in there,
Yeah,
but then you hear the overwhelming chant USA, USA, USA.
right.
And they're trying to say that, well, another thing that backfired on them, they were all saying Trump was going to the next game because it was a publicity stunt.
Hmm.
The only reason he went to the game. Until they sat down to talk to the commissioner of the NBA, who said, "Oh, I remember Trump. He's been there since he was a little boy. His dad bought him ring or courtside seats. He's come to Knick games since he was a little boy. He's always come to the Knick game. See, he's not here for political anything. He said he's just a Knicks fan. That's why he's
That's
there.
awesome.
So, and that was from the commissioner.
You know, I'm surprised that the Knicks are still playing in New York, judging that Mandami is mayor and the things that they're going on up there about. Uh, anyway, let's see. We went over the bombing campaign, Trump taking the oil. I'm trying to see what else has come down. Oh, something you sent me, Bill. It seems like Act Blue, which they are they've been caught funding these rioters, haven't they?
Well, they've been caught taking donations. See, they Act Blue gives all their money to Democrat candidates.
Right. Sitting here look.
Now they've been caught taking in donations, not just $10 or $12, but millions and millions of dollars from foreign entities, which is illegal.
Well, apparently
So,
the lady who was questioned by Jim Jordan,
mm-hmm,
she pleaded the fifth on every question he
every
asked.
question. Hmm.
Didn't matter what the question was.
She pled the fifth under advice from counsel. I plead the fifth.
Yeah, I was going to say I was going to read it. She stated, on the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to the Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution. Bill, I think I sent you the video of Nick Shirley. He was over there in England. He wasn't in Ireland, but England citizens are rioting as well. I'm not going to say they're rioting. They are gathering and in the streets. Is this going to happen here? I mean, a lot of them are even calling for Trump to do something there in England and Ireland, which they probably wish he could, but is it just a preview about what's getting ready to happen here? That's my question. Do we think that we're going to get to that point? Just because of all of this deceit, all of the lies, all of the underhanded dealings, it seems like there's nobody in Congress or the Senate that you can trust, Democrat or some Republicans. I mean, the situation looks dire. And I don't know how all of this is going to end. I put a message out on Facebook, just told everybody to be prepared. That's about all I can tell you.
Now they're reporting that IRGC commander Mohammed Benedict something was also killed instantly as the U.S. Air Force struck near his bunker. So, got another one. It seems like everybody gets in charge over there just mysteriously gets blown up. I don't know.
I don't. If I was over there, I wouldn't want to be in charge. I'd be like, nope, it's that
I
guy.
don't think we can find out who's in charge now. Blowing up everybody else.
Well, that was a headline I looked at on here earlier and said, "Who's in charge in Iran?"
Yeah, who we negotiating with? Joe the goat herder? I don't know.
Did you see this? Well, I think we just touched on this. This says breaking said the SAVE Act got 50 votes thanks to Senator Susan Collins voting in favor of Mike Lee's amendment. So they just proved it can get 51 votes with J.D. Vance as the tiebreaker.
Hmm. That was the test. We may get it here before long. Of course, Chuck Schumer's out there. Here's what he says: if we pass the SAVE Act, then ICE will be able to rip tens of millions of people off the border rolls. Well, duh. So he's just admitting that they got illegals on the voting rolls.
I can't anymore. They say, I don't care what you say. These Democrats say some of the most ignorant, racist stuff right in front of our faces, and they get away with it. I still love the comment of, well, if we get rid of all the illegals, who's going to pick our food in the fields and fix our food? And I'm like, is that not the most racist thing you've ever heard in your life? Oh, jeez. Well, both of us are kind of looking through. I'm seeing more stuff on Ireland again. They've got cars burning in the streets. They set, Bill, I don't know if you know it or not, but they set a house on fire that was full of immigrants. They are sick of it. I'm going to be interested to know what the government's response to that is going to be. I don't know if any immigrants were hurt, but they did set a house on fire that was full of immigrants, according to this news, folks. They have literally had enough. And oh, let me mention the start to all of this was because I think it was a woman in, I don't know if it was in Belfast, but it was over there either in Belfast or in the UK or in England. Not a woman, but a man, I think, who was almost beheaded by a,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I want to say Sudan, but it might be,
Yeah.
he was an immigrant.
Yeah.
And of course, Kerry Starmer is a wanker, decided that, Bill, I might become famous for that because England says they come and extradite people for that stuff. We'll see.
Okay. We'll see.
Kerry Starmer is a wanker. But anyway, they better bring a lunch if they come for me. That's all I got to say. But it's really getting serious, Bill. I mean, Europe, between Spain is having issues as well. I don't know if you saw that video I sent you or not, but
It's
they
all
they
going nuts.
yeah, Spain, France is burning, or Paris is burning. The UK, Ireland.
What are we on time?
We probably need to go ahead and wrap it up. We're about 32.
Let's end with a funny note here
Let's do it.
from the President of the United States. He It's during the interview where he's talking about the bombing and all that stuff, Iran.
Yeah.
The reporter says, I have a question. Why didn't you invoke the 1977 law to impose tariffs during your first term? Trump's answer, because in my first term, I was fighting lunatics like you.
Truth.
He don't even mince words anymore. He just
I know it.
tell it like it is.
You gotta love it. Any final words, Bill, for the people?
Um, Plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth. Well, I'll just say this. Oh, go ahead.
what's California?
Oh my
I
God.
mean, it's some screwed up shit going on out there. So see what the DOJ does, and we'll see what's going on.
Well, and I'll just add to that and say if MI6 comes to get me, folks, try to send out, get a GoFundMe going and get some merch to get me back. Stonemeyer is a wanker. But that's all we got. That's all we got here at the Blue Collar Minutemen Show. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Make sure you check us out the website at bluecollarminutemen.com. Check us out on our social media pages on Instagram, the X, uh, Facebook, where you have our group page, True Social. Also, check us out on these videos at YouTube, BitChute, and Rumble, where you can also find us. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe and share these videos. And like I've said before, you go Ireland, the Fighting Irish. I'm behind you. That's all I got. God bless you all. God bless America. Stay prepared, folks. And we'll see you next time.
See ya.